In modern luxury, attention is currency. Brands compete for visibility, for relevance, for reaction. But some houses exist outside this economy. They do not persuade. They do not explain. They do not rush. Loro Piana belongs to this rare category. Its world is quiet not because it is fragile, but because it is already complete. Time moves differently here. Nothing in the Loro Piana universe feels urgent. There is no sense of arrival, no climax, no moment. Clothing exists as if it always has. This communicates something subtle but powerful. The brand does not operate on cycles of attention. It operates on continuity. Urgency belongs to those who still need to be noticed. Continuity belongs to those who don't. Clothing as context, not centerpiece. In most fashion narratives, clothing demands focus. Here, it does not. Garments blend into stone, wood, sky, and water. They adapt to environments rather than dominate them. Nothing is posed to impress. Nothing is framed to provoke desire. The clothing exists to support a life, not define one. When identity is settled, fashion stops asking questions. The absence of aspiration. There is no transformation narrative here. No promise of becoming someone else. No suggestion that this lifestyle is earned through purchase. The people who inhabit this world already belong. This is not an invitation. It is a quiet acknowledgement. And this absence of aspiration reveals exactly who this brand is meant for. When faces don't matter. In this world, individuality is not emphasized. Faces are rarely centered. Expressions are restrained. Personalities remain indistinct. This is deliberate. By removing personality from the foreground, the brand removes comparison. There is no ideal body, no aspirational figure, no suggestion of who you should become. The wearer is not performing identity. They are continuing it. At the highest level, luxury does not transform you. It confirms you. Environment as status. The environments surrounding these garments are never accidental. Historic villas, open landscapes, quiet interiors, places untouched by urgency. These settings are not aspirational destinations. They are treated as normal, as background. This normalcy is the signal. When access is permanent, it no longer needs emphasis. The total absence of drama. Modern luxury thrives on tension, contrast, climax, reaction. Here, there is none. No emotional arc. No peak moment. No reveal. This calm is not passive. It is authoritative. Drama suggests competition. Competition suggests insecurity. This world behaves as if competition does not exist. Brands that do not compete publicly signal that the contest has already been decided. Why nothing is explained? There is no instruction here, no explanations of craftsmanship, no justification of price, no narrative of value creation. Explanation lowers status. It assumes uncertainty. Silence assumes understanding. And this silence draws a very clear boundary between those who are invited to observe and those who are meant to recognize who this world is quietly built for. This world is not designed to persuade. It is designed to recognize. It resonates most strongly with people who already understand quality, already control their time, already live within stable systems. For everyone else, it may feel distant, even unremarkable. That reaction is intentional. Boredom here is not a flaw. It is a filter. True luxury does not seek admiration. It seeks alignment. Why this posture protects power. Mass appeal creates volatility. The broader the audience, the more a brand must explain itself. Explanation invites scrutiny. Scrutiny invites dilution. By refusing to perform, this house avoids the cycle entirely. No explanation. No urgency. No defense. It remains legible only to those fluent in restraint. Illegibility preserves authority. Why this is not quiet luxury. This is often labeled quiet luxury, but that term misses the point. Quiet luxury implies aesthetic preference. What we see here is structural. This is not about minimalism. It is about completion. Nothing needs to be added. Nothing needs to be amplified. Nothing needs to be proven. When power is settled, it stops signaling. The final verdict. Loro Piana does not compete for attention. It does not explain itself. It does not invite reaction. It simply exists, confident that those who belong will recognize it immediately. This is not luxury that asks to be seen. It is luxury that assumes you already know. Because true refinement never raises its voice. It never chases trends. It never runs after relevance. It moves slowly, intentionally, like someone who understands that time is the ultimate currency. There are no loud logos screaming for validation, no seasonal desperation, no theatrical reinvention. Only fabric so rare, you feel it before you understand it. Only tailoring so precise, it disappears into your posture. This is clothing that does not perform. It does not try to impress the room. It studies the room, and then it decides whether the room is worthy. Loro Piana is not worn for approval. It is worn for alignment, with discipline, with restraint, with the quiet confidence of someone who has nothing to prove. Because when you truly belong to a certain world, you don't need signals. You recognize quality in silence. You notice texture without being told. You understand craftsmanship without a caption. This is not fashion. It is fluency, a language spoken softly, between those who understand that power does not announce itself. It is felt in the weight of cashmere, in the cut of the shoulder, in the absence of noise. And that is the final verdict. Not everyone will see it. Not everyone is meant to.